All right, so today, say hello, ladies. So today we are going to do our early season starter seedlings, which is our first round of seedlings that we buy from the local nursery. And why we do that is we stagger our garden so that it's always producing all throughout the season. So we'll start with our older plants that are more mature, ready to come out now. Those will usually start producing first. And that way we've got fruit and vegetables coming from the beginning of the season to the end. In a few weeks when our seeds that we grew from seedlings, our seedlings that we grew from seeds are ready to come out, then we'll go ahead and put those ones out. And then those will be a few weeks in development behind that one. And that staggers it and keeps production rolling all season for us so that we get the most out of our space and we utilize time as part of our strategy. And it works pretty well. Last year we grew way more than we needed to, and I'm hoping for that effect again this year. As you know, this year the farm is growing, so I want things to be as sufficient and self-reliant and abundant as possible, because there's another mouth to feed. And by another mouth I mean me, because I'm eating for like a lot of people. So we need more people. So we need more food. So, all right. So this is what it looks like so far here. These are eggplants. These are some early pepper plants that I put down. A few different varieties here. We've got serrano. We've got a pack of collards. And like I said, these will just kind of go out, jumpstart the season for us. I do have my old faithful, trusty, rusty rosemary bush, who has been growing in the same spot for like a year. Yeah, so this is early season in the garden, kickstarting things. And I call it mending. We'll mend the garden, which means like we'll go through, fix any broken boards, because things happen over the season. And then in the winter, of course, we've got like overgrowth and things that happen, things that need to be replaced, tidied up. For example, our strawberry patch, which was really crazy because our strawberry patch never died. Like even when it snowed here, it never stopped being green, which was crazy. I don't know what kind of strawberries those are, but yeah, I'm gonna leave them in and maybe add a few more seedlings to that. But yeah, so we'll probably freshen up the mulch here. As you can see, we've got some stuff from the winter time that's kind of taking its toll. We've got some holes from when the chickens got out. So we'll just tidy this up and mend it. And then we'll make sure the garden is good to go for summer and running like it's supposed to and doing all the things we needed to do. So here we go. So these are like the big monster tomatoes that you like put on your burgers, put on your sandwiches, or at least I do. Because I have a really funny thing about proportions with my sandwiches. I'm like OCD. I need the tomato to be big enough to cover the whole bread. If you agree with me, put that in the comments. I hate a small tomato and I hate stacking stuff. Just really funny like that. So anywho, these are going to go in the ground next to our peppers down here. Because tomatoes and peppers are sister plants, and you put them next to each other and they grow together quite nicely. Each one gives the soil what the other one needs, and so they come together and they grow really well next to each other. I know like maybe that's counterintuitive because you would think like a tomato would grow best next to another tomato, but it's not the case. Tomatoes need the same thing from the soil, and so usually if you grow them all bunched together, especially different varieties, what will happen is they will suck all the nutrients out of the soil. Well, one will, and then there will be one that dies. Quick tip, if you've never planted a seedling, it's very simple. You're going to water the seedling while it's still in that tray. Once you remove it from the cell, go ahead and fill the dirt around that hole, which is roughly the same size as the root system. It doesn't need to be very deep. And then you're going to make sure that the plant is stable with enough dirt around it so it's not leaning over. Water it again and you're good to go. All right, so first box is done. We're going to do our eggplants, collards in the back because they grow the tallest, and so they will block out the light. If you try to put your collard greens in the front, nothing behind it will grow as it should because it will be engulfed in darkness. Collards grow pretty fast, and they also take up quite a bit of space once they start to have some growth on their leaves, and so they create quite a bit of shadow. So I always do my collards in the back row. Alrighty, so you'll see we still have some dead grass and some dead, stuff that's in the box, which I don't mind because it composts down. I did put a stake next to my beefsteak tomato plant because as it gets bigger and gets heavier, it will start to lean over. So I kind of use a string or like a twine to kind of hold it up, or I may just get some clips and hold it up depending on how sturdy it is. So yeah, so that's it for the first box. As you can see, I also left some space here. So these, in those spaces in the front, those will be our herb seedlings, and they'll grow in. We have like one last little cold snap coming. It's not quite frost, but it's going to be a little cold, and I'm not really in a rush to put baby herbs out yet. So yeah, so the herbs will go in the front. We'll have some more stuff that goes in between here. Try to keep everything about 6 to 8 inches apart, just depending on what it is. But this is the first box so far, so we'll move on to the next box, which needs quite a bit of work because we had a friend over and they accidentally ran the four-wheelers into the bed, and so we have to fix that, and then we'll put the rest of this stuff down and go from there. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll be back soon with part 2 of our garden prep series. Bye.